What's the secret to throwing a successful Hail Mary? Obviously, you've been very successful in your career doing it, but another one last night at the end of the half. Like, I guess, yeah. Take us through this? Like, how does this continue to work for you?
Well, I mean, this was one of the lower ones I've thrown for sure. With the wind, the way that it was going, if you got the ball way up in the air, that ball's really tailing from right to left. So actually, I threw it exactly where I wanted to, but it was supposed to be between the hashes, and the ball didn't really curve a whole lot. Allen made a phenomenal play. My view was him kind of getting boxed out from the start and maybe pushed a little bit, and then he, moved himself over. But they rushed two guys. They called timeout right before the play. We actually had something else called, and I said, let's just call the Hail Mary here, not try and get a few more yards and get out of bounds. So they went with a two-man rush. Obviously we picked that up. They kind of added a guy late, but I was just trying to find a place to throw from. And then we're at the 50. That's not a difficult throw yardage wise. I think I'm throwing it from like the
42. Yeah, it's like 64 yards. You throw it in the air with no crow hop or anything at the age of 40.
Well, no, I mean there was a little. I had a little crow hop. I would say. But the higher you get it, the more difficult it is for the judging of where it's coming down. That's kind of what I've always felt. Like I said, this is one of the lower ones. The one to Janice and Richard and Cobby, those were much higher throws, I would feel like. But you just find a spot to throw it from, and then giving your guys a chance. And you never know what can happen down there. But
how far can you throw a ball right now? If you're at the age, that's 64 right then. You said I did have a little crow hop. Yeah, I guess you clearly stepped forward at one point. But how far could you? That's bananas to take as a 40-year-old. You need to know that.
Listen, there's just certain guys you're going to be able to throw the rest of your life. I got to see Brett. Brett could still throw it today, and guys in the league now. I mean, I feel like Joe Flacco, is one of those guys that's going to be able to throw it forever. And Matty Stafford, he's got a phenomenal arm. He'll be able to throw it when he's 70 years old. No problem. I feel the same way. I think that's something you kind of always have. But I feel like I can get it 70 out there if I need to. The arm has never really been an issue.
We saw a couple Hail Marys laying 10 yards short of the end zone this year.
Yeah.
We've already seen it. It's a fascinating time. Congrats on another one of those. Obviously better in a winning effort, but certainly electrifying going into the half.